Hello everybody! It's Saturday morning. I hope everybody's doing great. It's a balmy 50 degrees. So, it's beautiful out though. Clear, crisp day. I just wanted to join you all this morning because I'm just extending the series that I was doing all week, and I thought I'd finish up this weekend. Since there are 7 points, just do them all in a row. So, hey Nathan, how are you this morning? Just wasting time for a minute while Facebook sends out my feed, so, and I'm having my coffee, because I call it Coffee with Chondra. And I'm here in the Heartland. It's a little chilly this morning, like I said, a balmy 50 degrees. So, I just wanted to go over the 6th point, and we were talking about the harvest because obviously it's harvest here in the, people are popping on. Hey Brian! Good morning Celeste! We were talking about the harvest all week and how that pertains to goals and, you know, your life and things like that. So this morning's point is we reap the full harvest of our goals. Sorry about that. My paper is moving around because it's a little windy. We reap the full harvest of our goals only if we persevere. Apathy comes to harvest on its own. I thought that was a pretty apropos statement. Good morning, Kels. What does it mean to persevere? And I actually looked up the definition. It is to continue in a course of action even in the face of difficulty, or with little or no prospect of success. But still you persevere. I think this statement about harvesting your goals only if we persevere, I think that's a sobering fact, because apathy comes to harvest on its own. That is so true. Apathy is indifference, disinterest, dispassion, unconcern, doing things in a half-hearted way. And I could, morning Kels, baby cake, since you call me Cho-Cho. So apathy is like, I don't care. Well, guess what? If you don't care about your goals, nobody else does. Think about if you know a gardener, if you do garden. If you are unconcerned about it, you're half-hearted. Things take the natural path. You have your plants that you planted, and guess what takes over? The weeds and the insects and whatever else. So without care, that cuts down on the yield. It cuts down on your end result. That's why gardeners take care, if they're good gardeners, take care in cultivating or preparing your land. It's the natural course to just let things take over. So you have to actually work for it. That's what persevering is. Good morning, Carrie. So to overcome problems, ooh, I like this. Carlos just posted, never be lazy, but work hard and serve the Lord enthusiastically. You have to work hard, and that's great. You have to work hard in whatever you want to accomplish, whatever your goals are. So there are 3 problems, or things that I'm going to provide solutions for. One is ignorance. And we're told we have no reason to be ignorant. And that is so true. We are in the information age. Hello, people. You can find it anywhere, literally. So you have to admit that you are ignorant. We all have an ego. It's like, oh, I know how to do that. I don't need help. Well, sometimes you do. So admit your ignorance. If you're trying to get to a goal and you're not getting there, clearly what you are doing and knowing isn't working. So research what works, look to experts, and use all of that information to support your goal. If your end result is weight loss and you are not getting anywhere, you probably haven't changed anything, so you have to change. You have to look up, okay, probably be good to have someone you're accountable to. That works the best. Look up a correct dietary plan. They have dietitians that you can go to. Very easy to sign up. I've actually met with one in probably last year. And I know a lot about that anyway, but I actually found out some things. I learned some things because I was open to doing so. So set up a correct dietary plan and a workout schedule. Those are 3 things that you can stop being ignorant about if you want to lose weight. If you want to grow spiritually, align yourself with great teachers. Have a support system of people that you can discuss things with. Read. Find out those answers for yourself. I know people are told, well, only certain people can know that information. No, it's all out there. You just have to persevere. You have to want to do it. If you want to do something like growing your business, so many things you can do. So many things on the internet. But you have to cut yourself back from being, well, I'm not techie enough. I don't know how to do it. Guess what? There's this thing called YouTube. And just about anything you ever want to learn or know is on YouTube. Someone has made a video about how to do it. I have used many of them. You could easily set up a new website. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but I bought a domain name. I set up a website and connected it. Set up Twitter and set up a bunch of automation surrounding Twitter. Have done some different things on Facebook. I'm doing a Facebook Live. What else? There have been so many different things that you can set up, and it's all out there to find if you actually just want to do it. If you don't, guess what? That's apathy, and those things will accomplish themselves by themselves. So you don't have to work at it. Take a seat, sit back, and life will just happen to you. So, the more you know, the more you want to know. And you can search it all out. It's there. If you look, the knowledge will be presented. It will not be held back. If you actually want to know, look and you'll find it. I guarantee it. So don't be ignorant. That's your first issue. Second issue, you don't understand what you found. Well, typically there are sources that tell you specifically step by step how to do things. Celeste, I'm a little jealous you're in San Fran. That's got to be beautiful, so glad to see you too. Second issue, not understanding the information you find. If you look though, there are coaches, there are teachers, there are classes, mentors, videos, reading. It is out there, but you have to search for it. You need to find out the right way to do something, because if you're, like I was saying for weight loss as an example, you might find all the information in the world, but if it's not working, you're not doing it the right way, then find mentors, coaches. They're there. In your business, there are support systems that you can put in place. Surround yourself with people. But it won't happen. None of this will happen unless you apply it. So you can do all the research in the world, reach out to coaches, and they can tell you what to do, but if you don't do it, it won't happen. Thank you for the love. I just had hearts going across my screen. So your third problem, number 3, I have my little hand things on this morning because like I said earlier, it's 50 degrees here, which it's not too bad, but a little cooler. Anyway, so number 3, the problem is you don't apply the lessons. That also requires effort. If you keep learning and learning and learning and never apply, you've got this great library of information. It is not doing you any good. And actually, if you keep all that information to yourself, that's really selfish. Your goal is to get out there and you help people. So you're keeping this great library of all this information that you've gathered, and you're not doing it so people can't look to you as a mentor, and you're being selfish. You're keeping it. Don't do that. Send it out there so people know. Other people are looking and searching just like you are. And you can help. So learn, do. Learn, do, learn, do. That's what we do our entire lives. Excuse me. Don't lose heart. It's easy at the beginning of a venture, whether it is a business, new business, or you're just getting started on your workout regimen, or whatever you're doing. You have this high of excitement. You have everything in line, you're all ready, you start doing it, and then a couple days or a week or 2 weeks or a month into it, that high kind of wears off. So you have to set things in place. That's where this perseverance comes in. You have to persevere because that excitement will wear off. And you can regain that. But you have to have things in place that make you continue to move forward even when you are not so excited about it. And if you don't get tired, you can realize and accomplish what your dreams and goals are, which is the whole point. We don't want apathy to come to its own harvest, because that's what will happen if we stop. Whatever happens to you, but you are not in control of that anymore. So you cannot plant and forget. Oh, I'm going to go plant the garden. It's all done. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to come back at the end of the summer in 3 months. It'll be great. No, it won't. One of my favorite books of all time is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Favorite. I love it. So descriptive, and I really love the message in it. It's inspirational in both a physical and a mental, emotional kind of way. It's about transformation. The Secret Garden ends up being transformed because it was a garden that was forgotten about. It was off, kind of hidden away, hence the name Secret Garden. And it was overgrown. The plants were no longer thriving. And it was rediscovered. Love that book. It was rediscovered by a little girl named Mary. And she actually transformed, as well as her cousin Colin, who was ill. But that garden helped to transform them. Doing that, having that goal, transformed them, and then it made the garden a new beautiful place too. If you have not read that book, go read it. It's a children's book actually, but so worth it. The Secret Garden. Morning, Dan. So you have the opportunity to do good in cultivating your garden, working toward your goals. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. But you'll have opposition. When you have a garden, you're dependent on the weather somewhat. You have to keep working for your end result, which is harvesting that and having good produce. So you have to keep track of what pests might interfere with certain crops, and they're different per item. You have to make sure you water it. Let's see, and weed it. So you have to cultivate it. And that's constant. You don't just plant at the beginning of the summer and end in the fall and you're good to go. There are things that hold us back from our own goals, whether it be life emergencies or people that don't want to see you succeed, or just things holding you back. You're not making time to do it. I'm so busy. Morning, Tracy. I'm not done yet, so good to see you. Hey, Rebecca. So when you are dealing with all those things in your life, you have to make sure you put your seeds in the right soil so you're starting out correctly. Then you have to do all those things. You have to work at it and persevere. That's the word of the day. Persevere. Persevere. Even if you have, like it said in the description of the word persevere, if you have little or no prospect of success, according to whom, you can do whatever you want. So I kind of don't even like that definition. Awesome, Rebecca. You're going to have to tell me what your comments were about the same topic. Oh, and over coffee. It's Chondra and Rebecca's coffee talk show. So putting your seeds in the right soil and then persevere working toward your goals. That's how you will have something happen. You have to be focused on the end goal. If you aren't, your pathway will kind of go like, well, wherever. A lot of times, I was going to say sometimes, but a lot of times, I'll sit down to do something specific on Facebook, and I can sit there for an hour doing nothing, wasting time. So if you don't have a plan from here to here, you probably will go and you might end up over here. And that might be okay, but if you don't have that plan and you're not sticking to it, then you're probably not accomplishing things as quickly as you could. Even though circumstances might seem to undermine you, in addition to people or focusing on negative things, just keep driving home the goal. That'll keep you going forward. And Rebecca, that's a good point. Not all of these things can be in your control that affect your motivation. So learning how to deal with those and sidestep some of those things that might be drama or how somebody else is acting, because those are all components of life we have to deal with, and they're not always pleasant. And they get you off track. It's your life, not theirs. Yeah. So stop planting and cultivating the things that produce discouragement. Yesterday, I said this, I'm going to say it again. Don't complain, don't complain, don't complain. You have nothing to complain about. And I was repeating that emphatically from a call that I was listening to Friday morning. And they repeated it because don't complain. It's so easy to do, but it's more beneficial, and it's really not more difficult to focus on what the good things might be, what the good things are. That's always worth it. So don't complain. Don't focus on negative things or use that negative language. We've talked about that a little bit. You're really paying attention to those specific words you say. I had mentioned a while back about this person that I work with, and they put a quote up on their board. And the quote was, if you know the why, you can endure the how. And that word endure just bothered me all day, and I thought about it, and I actually looked it up, and it means to go through pain. And if you're going through pain all the time, it's not a very good positive work atmosphere. So I thought about just changing it that day, but he was gone. I thought I better not. So about a week later, he was over talking to me. And I said, you know what? I really want you to change one of the words in your quote. And he said, well, I really like the quote. And I said, I do too. But that one word focuses, it turns the whole thing negative. If you have to endure the how. It could be it could be accomplish or strive or anything else except for endure. And so he's like, oh, never thought about it. And I wasn't sure if he changed it or not. And yesterday I saw him and I'm like, hey, did you change that word? He said, yeah, I did. That was a really good idea. So I don't know what he changed it to. I'll have to check on Monday. But beeping going on inside. So negative language affects you too. Even if you're not actively reading that every day, you're going to see it subconsciously. That's what will be in your mind. Another thing that produces discouragement is surrounding yourself with the wrong people. So take a look around. If they're not supportive, sometimes you can get those people out of your life. Sometimes, well, like if it's your spouse, you know, you can show that you have that perseverance and they probably will come around. Hey, Jamie. So, 2 things. Don't quit. Don't give up. You already planted your garden. You just have to keep cultivating it and taking care of it. So don't stop. And the second is don't grow tired. It's so easy to get tired and weary about doing things. We have our everyday lives to do. We're working all the time. So when you do get tired, have your tools in place to give you support. And that's, you know, whatever you're working toward, whether it's weight loss or like AA or working toward becoming stronger spiritually or a new business. Surround yourself with a support system that you can lean on when you get tired, because that probably will happen. But just when that happens, you need to be able to renew. And you know, one common theme with all those to renew yourself is really, sorry, I was reading a comment. I'll read that in a second. One common thing is meetings. A huge proponent to AA is going to meetings and having a sponsor. If you're surrounding yourself with people in your business life, it's good to have, well, even webinars or calls that you all get on, or a common Facebook page. Spiritually, meetings, many people for that is going to church. I actually have a Facebook group that I've put together, and I put things about our, you know, local church, but I just post things that are pertinent to that, and I have people on there from all over the world. So it's that common meeting place. It doesn't have to be physically meeting with each other, but it's a place everyone can go and renew. Tracy's comment was, that is a better word. I like that. Persevere the how. So as long as you know the why, you can persevere the how. That would be a good one. So don't quit, and when you grow tired, have things in place to support not quitting. They're related. The harvest comes when it's ready. It's different for everyone. It might take you a month to do something that it might take me 2 years to do. It's all about where your mind is at, and we're all in a different place, and we all have different goals. So we're all going to probably find a little bit different way of accomplishing them. So don't get discouraged. The harvest is coming, even though we're all in a different place with that. And don't compare yourself to somebody else. Well, they already got to the place that I want to be, and you try to emulate them, but you're your own person. Somebody's mowing. Hopefully that's not too loud. So don't compare yourself to others either. We're all on our own path to our goals. And we can't compare ourselves to others because we'll get discouraged. So, do, execute, produce, do the stuff that makes you excited about getting to your goal. Be active, work effectively, and accomplish things. Persevering isn't easy. By definition, it's not easy. And we had a discussion the other day about the fact that harvest comes in a different season than planting. We plant in the springtime, typically. You harvest in the autumn. So you don't see your results right away. I had mentioned the other day, a friend of mine just lost, she hit her 100-pound goal of weight loss, and she's been working for 13 months on that. But she had that end goal in mind, knowing that she wasn't going to lose that the next day. We all have our different journeys. So keep in mind, whether it's you put up a picture of yourself, put up notes all over, remind yourself constantly what your end goal is. And as we're working on that, we won't often see our results for a long time, and you might affect someone else's results, and you might not even ever know about it. So I think that's interesting. It's that whole ripple effect. You can affect someone else's results in a positive or negative way. So think about what you're doing. So the 3 things: find out the information you need, get help and support from others that have gone through the same thing, and then do it. Without those 3, you don't have a plan. And it's best if you have a goal, write it down. I can help you if you want. I've written that down. I need to post it up because I just have it kind of sitting, and I think it's better to see it every day and really take notice and not just have it be a passive, subconscious thing that I see. So you need all those ingredients. Don't be ignorant. Find out the information. If you don't understand what you're reading, finding, seeing, find support. Mentors, coaches, they're out there. And then third, you have to do it. You have to implement it. If you don't know exactly how, again, your coaches and mentors and support system are there to help with that. Because sometimes it can be understanding something just a little bit different. And you're like, oh, it's like the light bulb goes on, man. Anyway, I probably chatted a little longer than I meant to, but I think that I said everything I wanted to say. And I do want to say, the squirrel that's been out here, better watch it. It came out this morning, and I've got my rosemary here behind me. It smells really good. And I noticed the squirrel's been digging in it, and so there was dirt on the sidewalk. There was dirt all over my chair. Better watch it, squirrel. Watch it. I'll get you. That thing, it's been eating the deck wood too. It's stained and it's eating the wood. I don't know what's wrong with that squirrel. But if anybody knows a good squirrel repellent, shoot it my way. Because this has been going on for years. It comes out, it poops where it wants to, and it does it on purpose. It watches us. And then it makes a mess. Watch it, squirrel. Anyway, if you liked this video at all, just let me know. You can like it or send love my way. You can share it if you would like. Comment. Loved your comments this morning. Appreciate them. Appreciate all of you. It was great to see all your shining faces on your comments this morning and who's watching. I also will be posting this onto YouTube later, so you can catch it there if you want. And I have links to all of this on my website, ChondraRankin.com. So again, I appreciate all of you. I hope you found this to be interesting and helpful. If you know of anybody that needs help, email me. I mean, seriously, if I don't know something, I can find out usually. I seem to be a go-to person for asking random questions. And that is no joke. So, everybody have a fabulous Saturday and spend some time outside if you can. We're all inside way too much. I've been trying to really make that a goal, and I've been doing a good job at that a little more. It's beautiful, especially before winter comes. So, love you all, and I'll catch you in the next video.